We're just hours away from the chance to make history. Steve Clarke's men prepare to take on Brazil in Miami in their final World Cup group clash.
We're in the magic city of Miami, where the Tartan Army are hoping their dreams come true against Brazil, and this World Cup journey continues.
Get a goal up in the first half, bring on our subbies, let them get a goal back and we'll finish the draw.
Our flight back to Scotland is on Wednesday, Thursday.
If we get through, I'll definitely come back though.
100%.
I'll be live here from the stadium pitch side ahead of one of the biggest games in Scottish football history.
I'm Amy Irons, live in Miami.
And I'm Laura Miller, live in the Reporting Scotland studio in Glasgow for this World Cup special. All those months ago when Scotland's draw for the World Cup was announced, this game was the glamour tie. Scotland versus Brazil in Miami. In football, it doesn't get much bigger than this, and it is just hours away. This is where we stand at the moment then. Third in our group, and depending on how we perform tonight and how other results play out in the coming days, Steve Clarke's team could make history by making it past the group stage for the very first time. In this special extended edition of Reporting Scotland, we're once again live here and in the States. And first tonight, let's cross over to Amy Irons, who is in the heart of Miami for us. Amy.
Yes, good evening, Laura. We are right here just off South Beach on Ocean Drive in Miami as the hours are ticking down. What are we now? Just less than 5 hours until that kick-off. And probably what has been the blockbuster, the headline act, if you would want to call it that, Scotland against Brazil, the one that many supporters have been waiting on. And here on Ocean Drive, it's just about probably over a mile actually of bars and restaurants. And we've been taking in a lot of the sights and speaking to some fans today, and there certainly seems to be more of an anxious energy is what I would call it, as fans really appreciate what is at stake, because tonight a win or a draw would guarantee Scotland's route out of the group for the first time ever and make it to the knockout stage. Even a defeat against Brazil could do that, although it'd be a bit more of an anxious wait, and it could all come down to goal difference. I'm sure there's people watching tonight who remember what happened with that Scotland team of 1974, going out undefeated on goal difference. So yes, there's a bit of anxious energy, but the countdown is certainly on, and our reporter Stephen Godden has been taking the temperature in this city ahead of kick-off.
Miami.
Here we go, big man.
As a Scotland fan, it can feel like a different world.
Yeah, boy.
The heat and humidity is hard to handle.
I think we're about to go on the interstate.
And good luck getting the local taxi driver to predict the score. But adapting to their surroundings is what the Tartan Army do best.
Come on, it's Scotland!
And against Brazil, they know the team have the chance to make World Cup history.
Get a goal up in the first half, bring on our subbies, let them get a goal back and we'll finish the draw. Well, put me through.
They've got to beat us, because they haven't qualified yet either. So it's going to be really, really tough.
What would you like to see from Scotland then?
I would like to see them playing two up front and have a go at it. Didn't play negative, go for it.
If we get through, are you staying?
Our flight back to Scotland is on Wednesday, Thursday.
If we get through, I'll definitely come back though.
100%.
Tonight's opponents, meanwhile, have earned their reputation for flamboyance on and off the pitch. A carnival atmosphere in Miami, but also a serious business.
How important is the World Cup to the people of Brazil?
Blood, life. We don't play soccer, we live soccer, we are soccer. That's why we are the king of soccer. For us, this is a religion.
Inside the FIFA Museum in downtown Miami, there are plenty of reminders of Brazil's pedigree.
Brazil, Colombia.
In 1970, the team inspired by Pelé got to keep this trophy when they won their third World Cup. And up here, on the overall board of champions, the name at the top is Brazil, with 5 stars.
When the draw was made, Brazil in Miami was the standout fixture. Now the moment has finally arrived. Scotland fans hope their World Cup journey doesn't end here. They want to keep marching.
Yes, they certainly do, although it is not going to be easy, is it, against five-time world champions Brazil. Well, Stephen Godden, I believe, has managed to find himself a pub, hopefully with some fans and aircon. Stephen, how's the party where you are?
Yeah, no aircon, Amy, that's for sure. I'm on Ocean Drive, and this is where the action has been for the Tartan Army ever since they arrived in Miami. A few hours to go until kick-off. It's pretty lively here at the moment, although it's nothing like it was last night, as far as I'm told. People in the pubs at the moment simply trying to stay out of the heat, get hydrated properly, avoid the sun, and allow their thoughts to turn towards the game itself, which for Scotland fans is absolutely huge.
Should be a good one. I mean, it's Brazil, so you're always a little bit nervous, but we'll battle them. We're fine.
I'm buzzing, honestly, just happy to be here. Obviously, Brazil's a big team in it, but if it's 11 men against 11 men at the end of the day, and we're just kicking about, everybody's singing that, unbelievable, and then obviously the day, you can see everybody's hungover, but everybody's starting to get back to themselves, I think.
We just got here literally about half an hour ago, so it's mental, and the atmosphere is just so good.
It's our time. It's our time, and we're here for a reason. We're going to enjoy it.
I'm pretty confident for the first time in my life.
If the game doesn't go our way, we'll just party on anyway. And that's the Tartan Army fashion, as long as we don't get scalping.
So thoughts now turning to where actually to watch the game. Those with tickets for the stadium, they're probably already on their way. There is the fan zone in downtown Miami. We're expecting thousands of people to be in there. But for those who don't have either of those options, there is, of course, the option of the pub. This is one of the watch parties down here on Ocean Drive. Fans in there, as I say, just trying to escape the heat, wait for kick-off. But everyone, wherever they're watching, all hoping for Scotland's success.
Yes, Stephen, absolutely. They'll be hoping for that right result. Well, somebody that has plenty of experience and has played for Scotland at 2 World Cups, we've just managed to find him now. Alan Ruff's here. How are you, Alan?
It's fantastic. I mean, this is the first time as a supporter, obviously. Entirely different from playing for the country, but it's a great atmosphere. Anybody that's here will enjoy every moment of this. It's fantastic.
Take us back. What was it like for you? Because, I mean, you played for Scotland in 2 World Cups. You went to a third one. But, I mean, during that era, did you think we'd be waiting as long to see a Scotland group of players back on the main stage like this?
I didn't. I think there was a good group of young players coming through. Obviously, our young ones are playing abroad, which is always a bonus. And I think what Stevie's managed to do is the present squad have all got 50 caps. You know, there are a lot of them have got a lot of vast experience, so this should put us in stead. If this heat doesn't go away, we might have a better chance.
I know the conditions are quite something. In terms of how Steve Clarke approaches the game, they got the win against Haiti. It was that narrow 1-0 defeat to Morocco. The performance is probably not where I think some fans would hope they would be. How do you think he's going to approach this though? Because we know that goal difference could be crucial.
Yeah, it's the old one. You know, some of the supporters saying go for it. Some are saying don't go for it. You know, try and get the first goal, try and sit in, which we are good at. If we got the first goal, I'd feel a lot more confident. I think we've got a team that can defend a lead, but we really don't know how good this Brazilian team are. You know, they haven't flexed their muscles at all. They haven't. I have to be honest. I don't think they've got as big a names as what we had in '82. They haven't got a Falcao. They haven't got a Zico. They haven't got all these magic players, but they're still a quality side. But I think, as you just said there, it's how we improve and what the team selection is going to be. I hope Doak plays. I know people say that might be a gamble, but it excites you. It'll excite the fans, and it might give Brazilians a wee bit something to think about.
What have you made just of the atmosphere here in Miami? We really need to, demonstrate to people at home just what it's like, because at some points you just have a sea of Scotland fans. It's quite incredible the numbers that have travelled.
And anybody down here, they'll see everybody see Brazil, Paraguay, Cape Verde, and they all mix, which is great. It's not something we see back home, that the opposition teams all mix and have a laugh and they carry on. And night time here is absolutely buzzing, and it's just a great place to be. And anybody who's been here will live with them for the rest of their lives.
How many selfies have you been asked for though, Alan? You surely can't walk about here with Tartan Army supporters.
Maybe I met Mike Tyson last night, and I also met, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, I met Gary Tank Commander.
Yes.
And I could not remember his first name, so I'm calling him Gary, and I'm going, oh my God, I must remember his name. But yeah, there is a lot of people here and experience it for the first time. Obviously, as I said, this is my first time as a supporter, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Go on then, quick score prediction.
Oh, 1 each for me, 1 each all day, and then let us try and find out where we're going to have to go next, whether it's Boston, Canada, anywhere. These supporters are already planning where they're going. They're absolutely superb. They're great.
Yes, they'll be opening the apps, getting ready to book those flights. Alan Ruff, thank you so much for joining us on the programme. Laura, we will have much more from Ocean Drive here later in the programme, but right now it's back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Amy. Well, back here, excitement levels are just as high. In Clydebank, John McGinn's former school has been celebrating his success at the World Cup. So far, he's our only goal scorer at the tournament. And pupils at St Peter the Apostle, who've been inspired by him, have spent the day perfecting their game, practising those goggles celebrations and even attempting the famous McTominay overhead kick. Selena Jackson reports.
He's become a firm fan favourite in the national team, and at John McGinn's former high school, his influence is clear.
It feels amazing because he's just a boy that went to a school. He could be any of us playing the football pitch. It's mental, honestly.
The school's like buzzing, and it's just such a great atmosphere.
He inspires young footballers down here, and the fact that he scored in the World Cup was just amazing.
What was that like when he scored? What were the celebrations like in your houses?
He was going mental.
We watched it together. Honestly, it was surreal. I almost cried, genuinely. I cried at the national anthem.
The Clydebank native started his professional career at St Mirren, but before that, he was put through his paces on this pitch.
He'd be 2-3 places ahead of you. You know, I'd be shouting instructions and just be ignoring me and just doing his own thing.
Mark says even as a youngster, John showed a lot of the qualities we know him for today.
His touch, his tackling, his aggression. He would out-jump people 3 times his size, holding the ball, rolling with his famous behind.
Plays football. For the kids at St Peter the Apostle, there are a lot of reasons to admire John McGinn.
I get told that he was really small, and he was playing for St Mirren, I think, when he was young. He was really small. There was boys bigger than him. That's like me. I'm small. That's what I want to be like. I just want to be like him as a person and a football player.
So just how confident does everyone feel about him popping up with another goal tonight?
He always scored big goals. He always scores really important goals. I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't. But I'm hopeful maybe a draw tonight, 1 each, and John scores.
I think Scotland can definitely take 3 points tonight with the squad they've got.
Definitely, yeah.
John McGinn going to score again?
John McGinn scored McTominay, 2-0.
Well, we heard this song loud and clear against Haiti in Boston. Let's hope we get it again in Miami tonight after another John McGinn winner. Selena Jackson reporting Scotland, Clydebank.
So yeah, final preparations are being made across Scotland for the match. Our reporter Morag Kinnebra has been chatting to a few of the many thousands getting ready for the game, some with conflicting emotions and loyalties.
Busy baking since early morning, fulfilling orders for watch parties and other fans. Trade is up here 20%.
I actually feel like I'm in Miami. It's that hot in this kitchen. It's been great for our business, just been ridiculously busy. I didn't actually get to see the first game. I fell asleep after like 8 minutes, and I woke up to find out that we actually won. Because I was out that day from 6:30 in the morning until 11:30 at night. Hopefully we could persevere and make it through at least the first half tonight.
Across the country there are signs of support for Scotland from all kinds of windows and roofs.
So they say, who you support, Fabio? I say, of course, Scotland.
My kids are well up for it. We've got bunting up in the house and they've all got Scotland tops on, and yeah, we'll just see what happens with school on Thursday.
We've got lots and lots of friends that are over there, so we're going to be looking out for them as well on the TV, and I'm sure they're going to win.
I think we'll murder a draw somehow, and that'll be enough.
Best of luck to Scotland. Very happy. I hope they do better than England yesterday.
We'll live on hope. Yes, of course.
In Brazil's rural heartland, the next generation's playing, but even there, saltires are flying.
We are very excited about the game, and I started this charity in Brazil 21 years ago, and so my kids were born out here. I like to see them as Brazilian Scottish, because you do feel a little bit divided, but I'm sorry, the Scottish thing is just so deep ingrained, and so I'll be cheering for Scotland. But we'll be watching it, a mix of us. There'll probably be a sea of yellow and a few Scots in there jumping up and down, screaming.
Brazilians back here in Scotland have divided loyalties too, and tips for Scottish success.
I love both. I love Brazil, but I've been in this country for so long, and my kids are Scottish as well. The Scottish have so much passion. So if you keep the passion and also don't be afraid. Scotland has a team which is as good as Brazil, if not better.
In Largs, they're learning Brazilian culture.
I'm hoping that they can pull through.
Scotland win, hopefully.
Brazil's very good, of course, but I think it'll be okay.
Get a draw or maybe go 1-0.
I'm hoping for 2-1 to Scotland.
Wherever and however you are watching or not, it's hard to miss the enthusiasm the country's wrapped up in. Morag Kinneborough, reporting Scotland.
Well, we have talked a lot about Scotland, of course, but let's take a closer look at our famous opponents tonight. 5 times World Cup winners, Brazil. And as you might be aware, this fixture has history. When you think World Cup, you think Brazil, the most successful nation in the history of the competition. A vast country with an almost endless passion for the beautiful game. Although this may not be a vintage Brazil team, they are still a daunting prospect for Steve Clarke's side. Nicknamed Seleção, the selection, they are also widely referred to as Canarinho or Little Canary for their iconic yellow jerseys. Brazil have never failed to make it to a World Cup. This is their 23rd tournament. Now, as mentioned, this may not be a classic Brazil team of old, and their qualification route to the US, Canada and Mexico illustrates that. They finished 5th out of 10 teams in their region, where the top 6 went through. They recorded big wins against the likes of Bolivia and Peru, but they lost to Uruguay and were defeated home and away by Lionel Messi's Argentina. That last one, a 4-1 defeat in Buenos Aires, led to a change in manager. And in came Don Carlo, famous for his good vibes and that trademark raised eyebrow. Carlo Ancelotti is a modern icon who has won everything in club football and now has the World Cup in his sights. Now, if we were to list all of the legends who have donned that yellow shirt at a World Cup, we would be here for several hours. But some of those who have lit up previous tournaments include the original Ronaldo, Romario, Zico, and of course the one and only Pelé. The star man of this current squad is Vinny Jr. Gabriel, centre half, who has just helped Arsenal to the English Premier League title and the cusp of European glory. This just sets out the breathtaking achievements of Brazil at the World Cup. Going into this tournament, they had won the most games in its history, 76, and have held the trophy aloft 5 times, having featured in 7 finals all in. So this is it, Scotland versus Brazil in the Miami Heat at World Cup 2026. So a formidable opposition that lie in wait for Steve Clarke's side. For more on how the team's gearing up for the match, let's cross to Miami Stadium for all the sports news. And Lewis, a bit of change of location since we last saw you due to a pesky thunderstorm, I hear.
Absolutely, Laura. The glamour of television has brought us indoors because the thunderstorm and the rain that swept in on us just there was absolutely incredible, and it's not letting up just yet as well. We're actually deep inside the stadium. You can see this is the press conference room behind me, and the rain is that heavy that I've spotted a leak over in the corner dripping next to me. So that just tells you how extreme it is here. But let's talk a little bit about the team, shall we? We'll get into the permutations, what Scotland will be hoping for moving through the group stage into the knockout rounds if they can get there very shortly. But in terms of the team, Steve Clarke and his players have been preparing here in Miami to to take on the brilliant Brazil. Aaron Hickey is one of the players that might be a bit of a doubt for Steve Clarke. He trained alone yesterday, and there's a lot of speculation about how he might set up against a brilliant team like Brazil. But let's hear from both camps, shall we, including the brilliant Samba Stars of Brazil and their manager Ancelotti.
We know Brazil have got unbelievable players all over the pitch, but you know their front line's pretty special. They've got players that can hurt you in any moment, and it's up to us at the back to try and be switched on at all times. I think defensively as a whole unit, as a whole group, we've been part of the game, the last game, as well as we could have.
That makes for a long, difficult night. So hopefully this time we start the game a lot better against Brazil.
Scotland has quality, they are fighters, they play really well organized, they have a good player, good individuality, McTominay, McGinn, that are experienced players that are used to play this kind of game. That's why it will be a difficult game as usual.
For us, as long as we are still in control, then that's all we can focus on. We know it's a big task tomorrow night, but you know we believe in the squad that we've got.
Every time my team goes to the pitch, I just want them to play as well as they can. I don't look beyond the game tomorrow against Brazil, and if the team turn up and play as well as they can, then I'll be a happy coach.
Well, this is a game that doesn't really need much hyping up, doesn't it? You've heard about the history of this fixture. You've heard about the quality that Brazil have on show and the history that Scotland could make if they achieve something. And to look ahead to this fixture, I spoke to a legend of the Tartan Army and the Scotland national team, James McFadden.
Yeah, it's massive. I think that Brazil, you think of World Cup, you think of Brazil, the great Brazil sides throughout the years. And normally you enjoy watching them, but we need to beat them. So it's a different proposition. But this is a reward for the players and the manager and the fans for the years of heartache, heartbreak. A great chance to go in advance. We know what's ahead of us. It's going to be extremely tough, but what a story it would be if we could get a point or beat Brazil to advance to the next stage.
How will the players be feeling at this sort of time ahead of a game like this, going up against world-class players like this? What will be the sense going into it?
I think that getting the win against Haiti, a game you're expected to win, would have lifted the pressure slightly. Not a great start against Morocco, but got stronger within the performance. I would like to think that they're up, ready to go and test themselves against famous Brazil. I mean, they're not the Brazil that we've seen throughout the years, littered with superstars, but they've still got top-class players. They're still a top-class nation. I would hope they're excited to go and show, most importantly, to be eager to show that we are a good side and we can win this game.
You'll be commentating on the game tonight, of course, James, and Clarke has shown that he can adapt and will adapt to top opposition. What do you expect him, or what would you like him to do against Brazil?
Look, I think that you have to have safety first. Of course you do. You can't just go there and say it's fine, put the shackles off. But I would like to see us be more aggressive from the start. I think if we go and take the game to Brazil, go and press from the front and be aggressive in that press. McTominay, McGinn, Ferguson, Ryan Christie plays, Gannon Doak, can we go and get him involved early and go and try and take charge of the game? I would like to see us trying to win it. Obviously, making sure we don't lose it, but be on the front foot. And then if we can, depending on how the game goes, and the conditions will be tough. It's very humid here. Then maybe sit back. I don't want to see us sitting back, almost waiting to concede, to then spark a reaction. Hopefully, we go and be aggressive from the front, and hopefully we can get the job done.
The views of James McFadden there, and I'm now joined by our sports news correspondent, Chris McLaughlin. Chris, James talking a bit about what he hopes to see on the pitch, but a lot of Scotland fans will be hoping and looking at what's happening off the pitch in other games and the permutations that might be in place for Scotland to progress. How simple is it?
Yeah, let's say first and foremost that we want Scotland to get the point, of course. 1 point would be enough to secure progression for the first time ever, but if they don't, you're right, there are a few permutations. 8 of the 12 third-place teams will qualify. We know that in this expanded tournament. Currently, Scotland sit second in a table of best-placed third teams. Now, what the stats are saying at the moment is that -1 goal difference, remember Scotland on 0 goal difference, -1 goal difference should have an 84% chance of qualifying. That's just at the moment. Obviously, that starts to go down with 2 and 3 and 4, but we're keeping a positive mindset. So there is a route for Steve Clarke and his players beyond getting that point. Of course, they will want to make sure they don't have to rely on other teams, and I have to caveat that there's so many games yet to play. Staying positive, the rain dance has worked so far, so we'll keep the positive vibes going.
Rain, and some great numbers to hear from Chris there. Thank you very much, our sports news correspondent Chris McLaughlin. And I'm going to bring you some news from back home as well now, because the new Rangers manager Derek McInnes says he can guide his new club to the Premiership title in his first season. He was speaking to the media today for the first time since his appointment last week as successor to Danny Rule. McInnes says it was tough to leave Hearts, but it was the right time for him to return to Ibrox. And David Curry can bring us this report.
The new Rangers manager, suited, booted, and it would seem living the dream.
Very special moment, you know, I think for myself, my family, and there's a lot of people I can think of on a day like this, but obviously having known the club for a long time, supported the club, you know, I'm well aware of the responsibility that being the manager brings. So excited to get going. I feel as though it's the right time for me, and I feel I'm ready for it. I feel as if I belong here.
The 54-year-old back on the books at Ibrox more than 30 years after signing for the club as a player. According to Rangers chief executive, McInnes was the only man for the job.
He is highly regarded within the club and exactly what we need at this moment. Derek brings with him a wealth of experience in both Scottish football and Rangers. He understands what it takes to succeed at Rangers, having been a player here. And he's built over a successful manager over many years.
McInnes has enjoyed success as manager at Aberdeen, winning the League Cup there, and has won second-tier championships as boss of St Johnstone and Kilmarnock. And just last season, his Hearts team came within a whisker of winning the Premiership, pipped in a heartbreaking last-day decider by Celtic. Can he wrestle the title from his new club's arch-rivals in the coming campaign? Can you win the league next season?
Can we? Yeah, of course we can. Yeah, it's easy to say it, but the intention is to go and do that. You know, we've got work to do, as I've said, but the reason I'm here is because I believe we can.
So the Derek McInnes era at Rangers is underway. Pre-season training starts tomorrow, but there's still a wee while to wait before he takes charge of the team for their first competitive match. That's away to Dundee United at Tannadice on the 31st of July. David Curry, reporting Scotland, Ibrox Stadium, Glasgow.
And of course, plenty more for you on the BBC Sports Scotland website from that press conference, and of course, build up to this game that doesn't need much build up. No shortage of coverage to get you hyped up and excited for kick-off at 11 o'clock. Let's just hope perhaps there's a shortage of rain. Back to you.
Indeed, and let's hope you make it out the basement. Thank you, Lewis. OK, let's get some of the day's other news now. And residents evacuated from the former mining village of Coulsnotton in Clickmannanshire fear they will be out of their houses until at least next year. People from almost 100 properties were moved out because of ground movement near their homes. Our news correspondent Jamie McIver has more.
These should be dream homes, but the past few weeks have been a nightmare for the residents. 97 families are in temporary accommodation. Some claim the places they're now staying in are unsuitable or of poor quality. On the site today, work continues behind these barriers. The authorities are trying to find out just why the ground is moving. The work's due to continue for at least another month.
The residents have a very simple question that there's no answer to just now. They want to know, will they be allowed back home, and if so, when?
Andrea Turnbull says a meeting last night to update residents left some with more questions than answers.
It's stressful. I think we know that we're going to be out for more months, and if people could be upfront and communicate that to us open and honestly, we could maybe seek to plan a bit more.
The homes were built on land once used for mining, highlighted here in red. The entrance to the old mine lies in the centre of the evacuated area.
So I'm in an Airbnb in Alloa Town Centre. It's smaller than what we're used to. We are making it work, and I suppose all I can really say is that it's fine. We're fortunate to have somewhere.
The Mining Remediation Authority says it's doing all it can as quickly as it can. The First Minister recently saw the work for himself. It's installed equipment to help engineers find out if the ground is now stabilised. Meanwhile, the council says its staff are working tirelessly to support residents during what it appreciates is an extremely worrying and uncertain time. But that uncertainty continues. Residents face a range of challenges, practical, emotional and financial. And some say they want to make sure what may look to some like a local problem remains a matter of national concern. Jamie McIver, reporting Scotland, Cogs Norton.
Now to some news just coming into us, and the head of a Scottish organised crime group has been flown to Spain 3 months after he was arrested by immigration officials in Indonesia. Video released by the Spanish National Police shows Stephen Lyons being taken off a plane in Madrid following his extradition from the Netherlands. Officers say the 46-year-old is wanted over drug trafficking, money laundering and his alleged involvement in a murder in Spain in 2024. His detention followed a series of raids in the Costa del Sol, targeting alleged members of the Lyons gang there and in Scotland. OK, let's have a look at the other big talking point today, aside from the football, the weather. Here's Judith with the forecast.
Good evening. The Salt Tower flying proudly there behind me. But what about our weather here in Scotland? Things are set to change. We've had a lot of hot air across us, courtesy of this high pressure and that continental air coming up across the country. This weather front here, once it interacts with that hot air over the next couple of days, we're looking at some really heavy, thundery downpours, so a breakdown in the weather, which often happens when we have a situation like that. But in the meantime, lots of dry, sunny weather to end the day on and some clear spells overnight. And we'll see some mist and fog patches forming inland. Here's a weak weather front still bringing thicker cloud across the northwest and the Northern Isles as well, perhaps the odd spot of rain, and another humid or muggy night. Lows generally around about the 15 Celsius mark in the south. Into tomorrow, lots of sunshine first thing, any mist very quickly clearing. The first signs of that rain pushing into the northwest as we head through the day. Just about knocking on the door of Shetland as we reach the afternoon, and indeed Orkney as well. Some heavy pulses will push through here, but not thundery in nature, and some heavy rain pushing into Caithness as well. Across eastern Scotland, plenty of dry, bright, sunny weather. Hard, just edging into parts of the east coast during the day, keeping things cooler, but inland, mid to high 20s. But it's down towards this southwest corner, in towards parts of the borders where we could see 30 Celsius tomorrow, possibly even 31 or 32, and that's 90 in Fahrenheit. And that's those hot conditions for the southwest and in towards the Inner Hebrides as well. That frontal cloud across the northwest, outbreaks of heavy rain into the northwest as well, a bit cooler here. But as that rain engages with that hot air, we are going to see some really lively, heavy, thundery downpours spreading across the country as we head through Thursday night and into Friday, and some really torrential downpours locally as well. As we head into Friday, I think the main focus initially will be across eastern Scotland and easing for a time before those showers really get going as well. Nowhere particularly immune apart from the Northern Isles, which should escape dry and bright with some sunshine. Still the warm temperatures in the south. As far as the weekend's concerned, still some showers on Saturday and then a cooler day on Sunday. So for the football, well, it's going to be around about the 30 Celsius mark in Miami. Humidity high, so very warm indeed. Maybe a thunderstorm or two. But can I just say all the very best to the boys in Miami. We're really proud of you.
Thanks, Judith. Well, let's return to the football then and the big build-up to the Scotland game. Let's cross to Juliet Dunlop, who's at a watch party in East Kilbride Forest tonight. Juliet, is anticipation building there?
It is, Laura. It might not look busy just now, but the doors have just opened and people are starting to arrive. But this place is usually the home of the Caledonia Gladiators, a basketball team. But as you can see, this place has been transformed into one giant fan zone tonight because there is, of course, only one game in town. Now, when Scotland took on Morocco on Friday, around 1,400 people came here. Tonight, they're expecting another really big crowd. Alongside watching the match, of course, there's a fan fun village next door. There's food, there's drink, entertainment and face painting, because this also is a family-friendly event, and lots of kids came here on Friday. They're expecting lots of kids here again tonight, including one very talented 13-year-old called Finlay. Now, Finlay has recently taken up the bagpipes. He got in touch to say, would they mind if he brought the pipes along to play the fans a tune? Well, Finlay did that. It was a goosebump moment, and he was so good, well, they've invited him back again tonight. A little earlier on, I caught up with Finlay.
I think I'm pretty good, to be honest. It's honestly really fun playing the pipes, and yeah, I just really enjoy it. So I played Scotland the Brave, the national anthem, and I also played No Scotland No Party. It was honestly really fun to play. At the start I was quite nervous, but it was really fun, and yeah, I just really enjoyed being up the stage.
So the strains of Scotland the Brave there, Laura. Now, Finlay was a wee bit nervous last time round. I didn't think he sounded nervous at all, so I think we're in for a good night here. So it may be hot and steamy in Miami, but at the moment here in East Kilbride, at any rate, it's cool and it's calm, but perhaps not for much longer.
Indeed, I imagine it's going to heat up quite nicely there. Thank you, Juliet. Now, when you think of Scottish football down the years, of the joy, the heartache of those moments of history, one voice rings out louder than most, that of legendary broadcaster and commentator Archie Macpherson. I spoke to him at his home in Lanarkshire earlier to hear his reflections on games gone by and what makes the Scotland-Brazil fixture so special. Archie, we could be in Miami here, the weather today.
It's a change.
Have you enjoyed watching the scenes from over there?
I've enjoyed watching the Tartan Army. I mean, they have colonised New England in a way that has given the Americans the impression that we export civility as well as malt whiskey, and we do it very well, and I think they've done us proud. No question about that. That means there's a contrast between what they have achieved and what the team in the park has yet to achieve. Big difference.
Scotland-Brazil is a sort of hallowed World Cup fixture, isn't it?
They always played loose-limbed, creative, spectacular football at times, and they always had, in every generation, a superstar. So I always enjoyed that. I always wanted Scotland to win, of course. And thus, when I went for the first game in 1974, I was feeling kind of nervous. And that was a game in which Billy Bremner missed an opportunity 3 feet from goal that would have won us the game. It was a goalless draw. So I remember that distinctly. And then we went on to Paris in '98. And what about scoring? As if you need to do this for Brazil. We scored an own goal for them. A totally accidental own goal. But the game I remember most, Seville, without any question. And about 20 minutes or so into the game, that wonderful, spectacular goal by Davy Neri.
Do you wish you were out there? Do you wish you were commentating on this match ahead?
You could not understand how I feel about being left behind. I shouldn't feel like that, but that's the feeling you get. And as soon as we qualified for the World Cup, I felt the vibes going.
What is it about the World Cup?
It's because the best is there. And Scotland, and this is why the Tartan Army is so colourful and vociferous, we know we're there because a small country, 5.5 million, we can punch above our weight from time to time. And we're hoping to do exactly that tonight.
Where will you be watching?
From behind the couch, I think. I'll be scared. I'm not a good spectator of a game that I'm so worried about. So I'll be watching over the edge of the couch. So let's put it that way.
Well, I hope that we all get the result that we want. Archie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The reflections and insight of the legend that is Archie Macpherson. OK, let's cross back to Miami for one last time tonight and join Amy Irons. Amy, not long to go now.
Yeah, Laura, not long at all, but we're less than 4 hours until kick-off, and I think while lots of the fans are having a light refreshment and enjoying the kind of cool fans and air cons that they possibly can, probably in the next hour or so we'll start to see fans making their way to the stadium. There are some free shuttle buses that will be ferrying fans from either here on South Beach or downtown Miami out to the stadium, which is about 15 miles north. Many of them probably getting taxis as well, trying to make sure that they are nice and early ahead of kick-off. And our reporter Sheila McLaren has been speaking to some fans who've arranged transport of their own.
Well, I'm here in Hollywood where a fleet of minibuses is about to take a lot of people here off to the Miami Stadium, and a couple of the guys who are about to get on the buses are here. Tell me, how have you been enjoying this so far?
Oh, it's been fabulous. The atmosphere is great, so well spirited, everybody just wants to have fun. It's just a bit boring.
Yeah, how are you handling that heat?
Lots of hydration.
A Scottish fan, a real Scottish fan.
Yeah, hydration's definitely the key, isn't it, here?
Well, that's if you can get it, but I don't think the beers really should be used for hydration, but we're trying our best.
What do you make of the welcome you've had from Miami?
It's been excellent. I'll go to Boston, but you're out in Miami. We ended up doing a bit of a cruise before we came here, but actually really enjoying the atmosphere, meeting up with fellow Scots.
And now it's all about the result, isn't it?
It is about the result. Just hope we get one, first time ever. If we can get it, it'd be fantastic.
OK, before you go, I need to get a wee sing-song going. Is anyone ready for it?
We got McGinn, Super John McGinn. I just don't think you understand. Steve Clark's he's better than Zidane. We've got Super John McGinn.
OK, the guys from Hollywood are ready. Let's hope for a movie ending for Scotland.
I just don't think you understand.
I think we're going to be hearing the Super John McGinn song just in our sleep probably for months to come. Sheila, thanks very much. Now, we've been talking over the last couple of weeks about the financial cost that it's taken. It's cost an arm and a leg for some fans to get here to see Scotland at a World Cup. But for one fan, it's cost a lot more than that, because Andy Watson just a few months ago donated his kidney to his own wife Donna, who was in desperate need of a transplant. Now, Andy had to sell his tickets for the Haiti and the Morocco game, but he and his son Ryan have made it out to Miami for the Brazil game, and just in time as well for Ryan's 21st birthday. I managed to grab a chat with both of them. Andy, Ryan, it is lovely to meet you both. We've been here with the Tartan Army since the beginning of this journey, and we've heard some quite remarkable stories, but yours is probably on another level, Andy, because you've gone through quite the journey to be here, and it actually all goes back to something involving your wife and something you did for her.
My wife Donna has had a chronic kidney disease for over a decade now, and it reached the point kind of the beginning of 2025 where the consultant said that in order to avoid dialysis she really needed a live kidney donor. I said, look, I'll get tested and I'll see whether I could be a match, thinking there is virtually no chance that I could be a match. And unbelievably, in December of last year, they said that I was a match and that I could give my wife a kidney. We both went into the Queen Elizabeth in Glasgow, and I had 2 or 3 hour operation to have my right kidney removed, and then they add that my kidney into her, so she now has 3. Amazingly means that it's worked, and that she has now got healthy kidney function. I'm healthy with just the 1 kidney, and because she's now healthy and okay and fine, then she allowed me to come to the World Cup.
Ryan, what was it like in the household at that time for you and your sisters?
I mean, the house was much quieter the next week or so after that, while they were still in the hospital, but amazing thing, they both recovered pretty well.
What does it mean then, Andy, to be able to be here? And was that even a discussion in the household? How did Donna take it? Did you float the idea quite early, or was she quite happy for you guys to be headed out?
I just didn't know how it was going to go. I just didn't know whether there was any chance that either of us, you know, was she going to recover well? Was I going to be fit? So I just kept quiet, didn't say a thing. And the money then came out my account while we were in hospital. I remember thinking, right, okay, well, I've definitely got the tickets. Let's do Miami, let's do Brazil. Yeah, fingers crossed this is not the last stop.
How many drinks have you been offered when you tell people your story is what I want to know. Surely that means you don't have to buy a pint anywhere, given you gave your wife your kidney before you came out.
Yeah, Donna bought me a T-shirt to come over here, which... Yeah. So I wore it on the way over, and
Some people paid an arm and a leg to be here. I gave my wife a kidney. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, well, it was worth it. There you go.
All the best to Andy and Ryan. Hopefully they will enjoy the game this evening and have been joined by a load of other fans here. We have the Sandford family. And I mean, smiles on the faces just now, guys, but what have we made of Scotland's performances so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think getting the win in the first game was really important to us. And, you know, I think it will sort of hinge on tonight and whether we can sort of get a point or three. So, fingers crossed.
A point or three, I think most people like the sound of the three, don't they? Lewis, you're a piper, I believe. Did you bring the pipes with you?
I did. I haven't whipped them out in Miami yet. You know, it's been a bit warm. I think I might melt into the ground if I brought them.
I'm more just concerned about how you managed to fit them in your case. Or did you just travel in the clothes you've got and that was the bagpipes taking up the rest of the space?
Well, it was certainly the kilt and the flight. Shove the clothes in where you can and take the pipes as a priority.
What have you then made of the journey so far? Because you guys were all in Boston, is that right? Yeah.
Boston, yeah. So we've been up to Boston twice. We're based just outside of New York, where the Sandfords live. I've been kind of tagging along, which has been nice. And then we've been up to Boston twice, and then down to Miami for a few days as well.
Guys, what's the trip been like so far? Because it's not every family that can go on holiday and still be friends. Trust me, I've already had a few messages from friends saying, I can't come on holiday with my mum and dad again. But how's it all been for you?
Oh, it's been really special. We were sitting at lunch just counting their best moments so far, and it's still coming. We've still got a few days left, so it's just been amazing.
And does it matter about the football? Is the football central to that? How affected will the mood be by the result tonight, do we think?
Pretty affected, but I mean, like, we'll always stay positive. We're here in Miami, and the crowd and the atmosphere around here is just what's keeping us going.
Now, I'm going to guess you guys are all too young to remember France 98, but Dad at the back, do you remember France 98?
I remember being in France and watching Morocco hump us, so yeah, bad memories of that, yeah.
What are you expecting tonight then? What do you think Steve Clarke's going to do? What approach would you like him to take?
I think he's going to be very defensive. I think if we can keep the goals down to as few as possible for them, I think goal difference can still get us through.
Goal difference could be the key. Are we all as positive? Quick score prediction.
I think a 10-0 with a McTominay hat-trick.
10-0? You might be the most optimistic fan, and I like to think I'm one of those. But guys, you're not going to the game tonight, you're going to the fan zone to watch it. Well, I think I should probably let you get out this heat, go and find somewhere nice for a little cold drink, and then enjoy the game tonight, all right? Yeah. The Sandford family, thank you very much. Well, Laura, whether you're going for the 10-0 win like our lovely lady here, or you were just hoping that Scotland manage a narrow defeat, whatever it is, and wherever you're watching, whether you're like Archie behind the sofa, you're here in a fan zone, or you're back at home, enjoy the game wherever you are.
Indeed, Amy. Enjoy it out there. Imagine it's going to be quite the party, whatever the result. Thank you, Amy, live in Miami. Now, we've mentioned the bonds and history between Scotland and Brazil over football, and those ties have been strengthened thanks to the man considered to be the father of the game in Brazil and a 6-year-old schoolgirl in North Ayrshire. Samuel Uka has the story.
Largs is probably not the first place you'd associate with Joga Bonito, but this seaside town shares a unique connection with Brazilian football and is now home to Brazil's official tartan. Charles William Miller was born in Sao Paulo in 1874 to a father from Fairley and a Brazilian mother. After studying in England, he returned to Brazil with a football and a set of rules. More than 150 years later, he's still known as the father of Brazilian football. That connection is still going strong. 6-year-old Indy Menzies of Largs Primary School designed the Spirit of Brazil tartan.
We did a competition at Largs Primary School and I was the winner. We looked at the Brazil flag and that showed me all the colours and then I decided where they would all go. It's nicer than my drawing because it came to life.
Indy's prediction for tonight might not go down too well with the Tartan Army though.
5-3. So 5 to Brazil, 3 to Scotland, because I know that Scotland's not one.
And neither might her choice of favourite Scotland player.
Ronaldo.
After Indy's winning design, an incredible tie to football in Brazil was uncovered by Indy's Gran June.
There was something in our local paper a while back about Charles Miller, and we discovered then that we were related. So I wanted to just verify it and got in touch with a local historian, and he got the family tree and shows that we are related. It was just unbelievable that, because nobody knew at that time, obviously she won, and then I was like, well, we're related to Charles Miller, and it was just such a shock for everybody. Maybe the fact that we took Brazil to put the football to Brazil, maybe should they give it a wee head start and give us a goal or two to send us on our way.
June Mingus ending that report from Samuel Uka there. Now, for many watching Scotland at this year's World Cup, it is the first time they've ever seen their country on the biggest stage. We've been catching up with a group of friends who were all born in 1998.
My name's Dion and I was born in 1998. They played Brazil the day I was born, so my mum and dad were in the labour unit.
And defending this corner kick, and Scotland are one down!
I managed to catch the first half, not the second.
How did your mum feel about that?
I think she wanted to watch it as well.
I'm David Watt and I was born in 1998. It was just good to reconnect with the national team. I feel like it's bringing everybody together. It meant a lot. Obviously Scotland scoring the first goal since I was born. I wasn't even born when they were in the World Cup. I was born the next month.
My name's Aaron Waters, born 1998. I didn't think I would ever got to see it, to be honest.
My name's Abby Robinson, I was born in 1998. My dad speaks about it, I was excited that they were back in it this year. Of course I stayed up to watch it. Oh, it's just amazing, like you're sitting there at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you can't actually believe that you're sitting there watching Scotland.
My name's Emma Lawson, I was born in 1998. I think it's absolutely great. Obviously never experienced it before. I was hopeful, especially with the friendlies and things that we'd played, like having that win. I think that gave us like a wee bit of confidence.
Hopefully we can get a point against Brazil and then that'll see us through.
Brazil, I think we could maybe take a point or something.
Scotland, losers, but I guess Gordon in so many ways winners.
We're obviously beating Haiti, so we could obviously qualify out of the group, so I think that'd be a huge achievement for Scotland, getting out of the group.
Aye, I think we've got a good chance. I work in a primary school and the buzz that even children are having round about it's definitely creating an atmosphere that's exciting and showing that Scotland is a small nation but can definitely come up.
Now tonight, as with the previous 2 games, the Scotland team will be arriving for the game in style, in a coach sporting a design made by a Dundee schoolboy. Louise Cowie has more.
The Scotland squad celebrates securing a spot at the World Cup. The iconic image of Scott McTominay grabbing the corner flag is the inspiration behind another Scottish success story.
Took a lot of inspiration from that one as well.
Dundee teenager Sean McIntosh incorporated it into his entry for a national competition to create an image for the team bus.
Dad called me through it. Seemed like I was in trouble because your art teacher just phoned me in the middle of the holidays. Do you know what that could be about? I was like, oh, what have I done? Then they said that I've won the competition. It took me a wee bit to process it, but once I did, I was over the moon, real excited.
Winning designs have appeared on the buses used by each qualifying nation. That means Sean's is one of just 48 chosen worldwide. But that's not all. The Baldragon Academy pupil won a trip to Boston to see his design for himself. He and his dad also got to watch Scotland take on Haiti and revel in the country's first win at a World Cup in 36 years.
He needed a legal guardian to take him, so I took the hit. I mean, I was 17 years old last time Scotland were in a World Cup.
It was Sean's art and design teacher who spotted the competition.
Even though I knew how amazing his design was, you just think, so many people in Scotland between the ages of 5 to 12. It just shows you've got to be in it to win it.
I'll remember it all my life. Probably going to be the best thing I'm going to achieve.
Sean McIntosh ending that report from Louise Cowie there. And finally, some news on where you can watch Scotland games for the next few years. The BBC very much. Well, that is just about it from us here on Reporting Scotland tonight. Don't forget to tune in for the game on BBC One and iPlayer, as if you would forget. Scotland v Brazil live from Miami. Build-up starts at 10 p.m. with kick-off at 11 o'clock. And just before we go, after becoming brothers in arms with the Bostonians, the Tartan Army have been making mates, many memories in Miami. We end tonight with some of those images from Scotland's World Cup journey so far. Let's hope it's not over just yet. Good night.
Coming down from Boston with the couch still on, Brazil are the team that we're taking on. We're going to Miami, we're the famous Tartan Army.
Welcome to Miami.
Don't get me wrong, Chi-Town got it going on, and New York is the city that we know don't sleep, and we all know that LA and Philly stay jiggy, but on the sneak, my heat for real, y'all don't understand. I never seen so many Dominican women with cinnamon tans. Mira, this is the plan, take a walk on the beach, draw a heart in the sand, give me your hand, damn you look sexy.
You guys have made a Scottish friend, right?
Yes, yes we have.
Scottish
We've been Scottish friends!
Yeah, loving it.
Let's go to my yacht in the West Keys, ride my jet skis, lounge under the palm trees. Cause you gotta have cheese for the summer house piece on South Beach. Water so clear you can see to the bottom. $100,000 cars, everybody got them. Ain't no surprise in the club to see Sly Stallone. Miami, my second home.
How you liking Miami? Miami's lovely, beautiful, it's everything a man would want.